Do I have the phone upside down? Alright, hey guys, welcome back. Before you go, ensure you hit the notification bell beside the subscribe button. If you have not, well, if you're already subscribed, just hit that bell and you'll get notified every time I upload a video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel as yet, subscribe for more awesome videos on reviews and just a whole lot of that stuff. I'm Johanna, this is my channel of course, and I am reviewing the Maybelline 24-hour Superstay foundation, of which I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing the color 370, which would be deep bronze, and I actually did a review of the sister, I would call it the sister foundation of this foundation, because a lot of the shades and names are very similar, and that would be in the Fit Me foundation. I did a review for that, and I'll link everything that I speak about in the description box down below, and everything that I use in this video too, I'll link it in the description box down below, or you can click somewhere up there for the video on the screen. A link will pop up. The 24-hour Superstay has only 28 shades, which is still a lot, and the Fit Me has all of 40 shades, which is a lot. That's the first thing that I love about this foundation. I think I tried it in Mocha before. Mocha is a bit lighter, but the deep bronze is closer to my shade. I will mention later down in the video that my skin complexion has a lot of red undertones, and then the foundation itself has a hint of yellow in it, and I wish it had like a little bit more of red undertones, but so far the shade really isn't bad and it can really work. Like when I lean forward, you can see that yellow undertone in my face and the red in my skin, but it really doesn't look bad, and it really can work, especially if you don't have any other thing that can match your perfect shade. One of the things that it says about it is that it gives you full coverage. The Fit Me doesn't say that. Fit Me, I think, just highlights that it's perfect for a matte finish, but this is saying that it gives full coverage. Full coverage means it covers your blemishes, any scars or markings that you want to hide, and if it says that, then it most likely is supposed to do that, because this is like a popular brand, right? So if you want to see how that works, if I used any concealer, anything under the foundation, the only way to find out is to keep on watching the video. For my lips, I'll moisturize with some good old shea butter. This is the Ashanti Natural Creamy. My lips get dry pretty easily. Oh, by the way, before I did that, I washed my face with first I did the Neutrogena Deep Clean Cream Cleanser. I actually did an extensive review and demonstration on this. I'll link that. You guys know that I'm big on my pores, and I use the entire line actually, I think, but I'm not using a moisturizer today. But this is the Neutrogena Pore Refining Exfoliating Cleanser, and this one helps reduce the appearance of pores and fine lines, which is very important for me. My pores are humongous. I also used the astringent to the pore refining cleanser, but that was like, I bathed from like 5 o'clock this morning, but I just had to get like a refresher, so I just needed to wash my face basically, so I used those to wash. It's now like 10:25 in the morning, in the AM. My face feels a little bit more moisturized now that I put a little bit more of that. Face feels good. Face feels good. I'm not using any concealer. I'm not using any primer, because this says it gives you full coverage and it lasts for 24 hours. So because this is a review, I'll put it to the test. I usually use one pump, but honestly, one pump doesn't give me full coverage. I'm not gonna even bother waste my time. That's what 2 pumps look like. I'm gonna start with my nose, and I'm going to fan out. By the way, the spots that I'll try to work on, that, or that I'll basically talk about based on what the foundation can cover, would be this. Well, I already kind of covered it. This huge birthmark on the right side of my face. These blemishes that I got way back when I used to like tweeze my face, and that just messed up my skin. And these are blemishes like when I have breakouts and probably I burst them, or even if I let them heal, some of them leave marks. So I have them here by my ear and my jaw here. I'll try to cover those. This recently is, these two are blemishes that I got. I'm going to try my best to conceal them. Now the thing with foundation and makeup wearing, a lot of times when we go on YouTube, or a lot of people are doing makeup tutorials on IG, we see a lot of people like going overboard with their makeup application, all this contouring and stuff. And why people contour so much and put so much effort into their makeup is because if you have not so excellent skin, especially if you have a lot of blemishes, sometimes a small amount of makeup does not go a far way. There are really good concealers out there that can do the trick really well. But if you have like uneven skin and your tone is all over the place, usually putting concealer in one spot doesn't necessarily help. Can you see my birthmark? So I use 2 pumps. So far, my neck has not been covered properly. My birthmark, I can still see it. The other blemishes that I have, I can still see those. In all fairness, the bottle is practically empty and the pumps usually give out more, but because this is almost done, the pumps are not coming to the amount that they would usually come out with. It's not a lot. I'll put 2 more pumps to make up, so we're just pretending that I'll use 2 pumps here. Okay, so now we're getting there. Look at that. Now when you put on like more than a pump of makeup, and I've learned with foundation that a little goes a far way, especially if your skin is really nice and flawless as it is by itself. We can work with that. Now we're getting somewhere. This looks much better. I keep forgetting what I was going to say. I was going to say that when you wear more than a pump or 2 pumps, it's evident that you're wearing a foundation. Like, people can just look at you, your eyes lose its definition, your eyebrows look kind of funny, your skin just doesn't have that natural look anymore. And that is why a lot of these gurus that wear a lot of makeup go and make so much effort into doing all this contouring and putting back things that the foundation covers. So the foundation not only covers your blemishes or your imperfections, but it covers your natural contours. So that's why a lot of people just want flawless looking makeup by just going overboard. I still see my birthmark. That's something that really bothers me when I can see this birthmark, because the main purpose of wearing the foundation is to cover my birthmark. I still see a lot of stuff happening. Maybe I need to put some more. What do you think? Can you see it? Like, it's right here. My birthmark covers the entire section of this face. This is my right side, and I see it. It's 2 clear patches divided by a dark line. So the dark line is here, and then there's a clear patch over here, and then there's a clear patch over here. I'll just put 1 more pump to seal the deal. Okay, the bottle is officially done now. Like, I emptied it. I definitely like the Maybelline 24-hour and the Fit Me's because they have so many shades. Like, look at this. This is just me wearing foundation. Usually when I wear foundation, it does not match the rest of my body, and I really think that this is not, like, it could have had a little bit more red undertone in there. My body naturally has reds and the makeup has a little bit more yellow, but it's really not bad. Like, look at that. It's not the best, but it's not bad. This is probably the best. Apart from MAC, a really long time ago I wore MAC. But sometimes when you do stuff a long time ago, you think it's the best, and then fast forward you use again, it's not the best. But I'll say that this is the best foundation that I have worn. Now it's time for the makeup application. We're going to do everything: eyebrows, hair. We'll see what the day shows us. It's now 8 o'clock at night, and my lashes did not survive the journey. That has nothing to do with the foundation. I just have ratchet eyelash glue. Forget about that. Let's get to the main point here, and that's the foundation. So I applied the makeup between 10:30 and 11 o'clock this morning, which would give it an average of 9 hours on my face. Let's put some things into consideration because I want to give the foundation a very honest review. I want to highlight that my face is very oily naturally. It's very oily. Secondly, I did not wear any primer. I did not wear any setting spray or anything like that. I didn't even put a concealer on. So this makeup is bare as is. The only thing I did was highlight with the LA Girl concealer, and I did use the Black Opal oil blocking powder to set the foundation and to do a little bit of additional highlighting. So let's go through a list of things that they have highlighted. It says full coverage. For full coverage, it gave me a decent amount of coverage. I had to apply several pumps. I do see a little bit of my birthmark. By the way, my birthmark, for some reason, it's very hard to hide. I guess it's because my birthmark is a bit lighter, or a lot lighter than my actual complexion. So usually to hide my birthmark, something would have to be extremely thick and hard to budge to give my birthmark that type of coverage. I would say you have to apply like a couple of layers to get complete coverage, and it's not bad. I won't complain, but it's not the best when it comes to coverage. To get complete full coverage like what they say they give, you'd have to apply it like a few times, and then you'd have to consider not caking up your face or not looking as though you're like the Walking Dead. So you would have to ensure you have a good match for your skin, and you would have to ensure that you contour your foundation. For those who don't contour, contouring is not a bad thing. You don't have to go overboard with it like what some YouTubers do. You can just get, like, if you're light skinned, you can get like a bronzer. If you're dark skinned like me, you could use like black eye pencil. You can use a very dark contour palette, or you could use like black or very dark brown eyeshadow. And in my case, as you saw, I used black eyeshadow and it worked well for me. For the 24-hour wear, I have worn this for a very long time before. I do have to touch up, and I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to touch up a little teeny bit here with the, for the first time. By the way, I did not touch up at all for 9 hours. It says up to, right? So obviously they're saying depending on the type of skin that you have, depending on the weather, the situation, you can get up to 24-hour wear. In my situation, I would be very fair to the foundation. I have extremely oily skin, and because my skin is that oily, it's really challenging for foundations to last or compete or combat my oiliness. So I just put a little bit of the oil blocking powder here, and I just wanted to get rid of all that sheen. So my makeup didn't run. Sometimes you wear your makeup, it looks all runny and messy. In this case, it just looked uh a wee bit, you know, not a wee bit, it looked oily, especially my oil prone areas, my nose and my cheekbones. Okay, seamless matte finish. It did give me a nice finish. Today when I caked it up like that, which I don't usually cake up my makeup like that, I was expecting to look like cakey and all white. I did not look that way, even though I did not contour as yet. I'll give it that. For breathable and comfortable, it is breathable and comfortable. I don't even feel as though I am wearing a foundation right now. I have to give it that. Transfer resistant. I will give it transfer resistant. But if you have oily skin and when the oil start coming out, the oil is going to loosen up the foundation. So I have proven it before. I did a test here on the top of my hand where I rubbed the foundation in, and I tried rubbing it like on my clothes to see if it would transfer, or on a piece of fabric or tissue or something, and it did not transfer. If my facial skin was like on the skin that I had on my hand, the transfer resistant would have been perfect. If someone else that doesn't have oily skin like me wears this foundation, it will definitely be transfer resistant for them, because it really works. Like, I've proven it before, I've done the test. And oil free. Yeah, when it goes on, some foundations give you like that kind of oily, subtle, slightly oily feel, and in this case that does not happen, and I really love it. I love it so much. Every time I run out, I go right back and I purchased another bottle. This is like my backup foundation until I wouldn't say that I found the perfect foundation, because I have to put on so much to combat the oil, and then it still cannot keep up with the oiliness of my face for a very long time. So the oils started coming out like maybe about 3 hours after having applied it. I started getting a lot of oil on my face. I'll see you guys in the next one, and thank you for watching. As usual, share my video, don't hesitate to like, and if you've not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.